Not because you don't care, but most parents spend months buying tiny outfits, nursery decor, apps that track kicks, while missing the one thing that actually shapes how your baby's brain and body come together before birth. It costs nothing. It takes minutes a day, and it's backed by decades of research from developmental scientists who've spent careers studying exactly what happens inside the womb month by month. Here's the truth. Your baby isn't just growing for 9 months. They're building, layer by layer, system by system, in a sequence so precise that scientists can often tell what week a pregnancy is in just by looking at development alone. And there's a stretch of this process, most parents have never heard the name for it, that researchers call the sensitive window. It's the period where certain systems are being wired for the very first time, and once it closes, it doesn't reopen. Today, we're walking through that 9-month journey, month by month. What's actually happening in there, when your baby's brain starts sending its first signals, when they can hear your voice, when they practice breathing before they've ever taken a breath of air. By the end, you'll understand not just what's happening, but why those small, free moments you already have with your baby now, before they're even born, matter more than you think. Picture this: 18 weeks along, and on the ultrasound screen, a tiny hand drifts up, slowly, deliberately, until a thumb finds its way to a mouth. It's not random, it's practice. Somewhere inside, a brain is learning to send a signal, and a body is learning to receive it. That's the sensitive window in action. Let's start from the beginning. In month 1, what began as a single cell has already started splitting and organizing into layers that will become every organ your baby will ever have. By month 2, the neural tube, the very first version of the brain and spinal cord, has closed, and already cells are multiplying at a pace that will never happen again in your baby's life. In the peak weeks of early brain development, researchers estimate hundreds of thousands of new brain cells form every single minute. By month 3, tiny fingers and toes have separated, and your baby can already curl them into a fist. Month 4 brings something remarkable. Hearing begins. The inner ear structures are functional enough that sound starts getting through. Not clearly, more like listening underwater, but your voice, your heartbeat, the rhythm of your daily life are already reaching them. Researchers at the University of Kansas and other developmental labs have found something striking. Babies show a preference for their mother's voice over a stranger's, and even for the specific language spoken around them during pregnancy, meaning the learning didn't start at birth. It started in there, in the dark, months before their first breath. And here's the part that matters most, whatever your circumstances. This isn't about buying a special speaker or playing classical music through headphones on your belly. It applies across every income level, every family type, every kind of pregnancy. Your baby isn't listening for perfection, they're listening for familiarity. The ordinary sound of you, talking, humming, existing nearby. That's already enough. By month 5, your baby can hear well enough to react to a loud noise with a startle, and by month 6, something scientists find genuinely fascinating happens: practice breathing. Your baby's diaphragm starts contracting in small rhythmic movements, not real breaths, no air involved, just rehearsal. Researchers who study fetal development describe it as the body running a dress rehearsal for a skill it won't actually need for months. This isn't about blame if you didn't know any of this before today. Nobody hands new parents a manual for what's happening in there. Most of us find out after, piecing it together from doctor visits and guesswork. You're not behind, you're just catching up on something worth knowing. So here's a simple framework, 3 things, starting today, that work with what's already happening biologically. 1. Talk, even when it feels silly. Narrate your day out loud. We're making dinner now. That's the dog barking. Your baby's hearing system is already tuning itself to the sound of you. 2. Keep a rhythm. A short window of quiet, calm time each day, even 5 minutes, helps regulate your own stress hormones, which cross to your baby. Calm isn't just a feeling, it's information your baby receives. 3. Respond to movement. When you feel a kick or a stretch, place a hand there and say something simple. Hi, I feel you. It sounds small. It's not. You're building the very first thread of a relationship that started before your baby ever opened their eyes. And here's the reframe worth sitting with. None of this requires a course, an app, or a product with a subscription fee. The most well-supported thing you can do for your baby's development in the womb is also the most free. Your voice, your presence, your attention. Money can buy a lot for a baby. It cannot buy this. If you've made it this far, here's what I want you to know. You're already doing more than you realize. Every time you've talked to your bump, rested your hand there, taken a breath to calm down, that wasn't nothing. That was your baby's very first classroom, and you were already teaching. This isn't just about what you do. It's about who you're becoming. The kind of parent who shows up early, who pays attention before there's even proof anyone's listening. That instinct doesn't start at birth. It starts now. If this changed how you think about these 9 months, subscribe. Every week, we break down the science of your baby's growth in plain, simple language. No jargon, no guesswork. And if you found this useful, tap like so more parents can find it too. Because long before that first cry, before that first breath, before you ever meet face to face, your baby was already inside the sensitive window, quietly learning the sound of home.